Hi, I'm Chrissy, Sienna's mom.
Hi, I'm Sienna Bernal.
So Sienna has several diagnoses. She has the first one that we knew of when she was born was a VSD, which is a hole in the heart, but she did have that repaired. I'll never forget when they told me they were going to do open heart surgery on my 7-month-old. I was like, you're going to do what? And at the time, she only weighed about 4 pounds. So it was just like a little bitty heart. And then she does have chronic lung disease, which that's really only an issue if, like when she got COVID, we immediately had to get her on steroids and things like that just to be ultra cautious. So we always have nebulizers and whatnot. And then she has primordial dwarfism. So that's a really rare form of dwarfism. There are fewer than 200 people in the world who have that diagnosis. And she is actually is considered the only identical twin with identical twin with primordial dwarfism and an average height twin. And from what I understand, there might be a male set, but we haven't seen confirmation of that. But anyway, and then she also has Dandy Walker, which is a rare neurological thing that affects various parts of the brain, but hers affects the back part. And I remember even when we went to Texas Children's to just have our regular checkups, and they told me they had never seen anyone with Dandy Walker. So that was interesting for me. And then she also has Agenesis of the Corpus Callosum, so that's the thing that separates the two hemispheres. And then she's also hearing impaired and has moderate scoliosis. Physically, it was obviously challenging being so small because she was, up until she was 13, she still weighed 25 pounds. So really, really small and weak. And she had a feeding tube until she was 7. So we would feed her through her stomach she was 7. And that kept getting pulled out at school. So that was traumatic that she would have to go to the nurse and the nurse would have to put her G button back in. There was always bullying at school. And that was one reason why we decided to pull her out for homeschool. The life behavior therapist that we were going to, she said that public school just wasn't a conducive atmosphere for her because of the bullying. And so we did, the homeschool because of that.
For me, growing up as a little tiny thing, I remember being the smallest kid in the whole entire school. When I was hearing, I'm like, yep, I'm pretty sure the smallest kid in school. And of course, the reading issue was also a big problem. Hearing, like, I didn't like it when the teacher faced the wall. When I'm like, I just told you I can't hear. I'm like, what's the point in doing this? I'm like, that's not gonna help me. So that was the problem. So it caused me to remind them, like, face this way, face me. That's how I could talk to you. Face this way. Like, it would be that hard to understand. My favorite subject was science. Was my favorite, and doing dance class was my favorite. And lunch, of course.
Lunch, of course.
And lunch should be a class. I would ace that class. Actually, back in 2021, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, man, what can I do? I'm kind of bored. I'm like, why not just do some drawings and see how it goes? I'm like, okay. I was doing it as a like a hobby at first because I didn't know it's going to become a business, like, honestly. I was like, it's surprise, a business now. Like, okay, I'm doing this. And so now this year, I'm just now starting to sell. I have an online store, which is called, it's a Sinny size. Because we started that one, because when you go to people like, hey, I like your bracelet. Oh, it's a Sinny size. And that's why we did that for a reason. So my logo is actually a mermaid, because I love mermaids and I want to put it into my business somehow. And so that's why I have it.
And tell them your
website. This necklace is actually a mermaid. I just like to wear it because it's cute. Sparkles.
Tell them your website.
On my website is called It's a Sinny Size. So my passion is because for me as a special needs adult, I'm like, I would want someone to help me out with independence though. And so I figured they probably want the same thing. And so I'm like, why don't I help everyone else, not just for myself? So that's kind of how I think that type was effective, I guess, in that way.
She's trying to get more independence for herself and wants to help other special needs adults do the same. No matter how different you are, you can still be a hero And as long as you focus on your differences as a strength, that's what matters. And I guess that the writing bug got Sienna, because she's now writing a book of her own, and she's just waiting on me now to edit it. So it's not her fault it's not out yet. It's mine. I think that she has discovered that because she's smaller, she does really well with children. So she volunteers at church with children, or any type of event where there's children, because they seem to relate to her pretty well. And I think that's neat that she picked up on that.
My career goals is, well, first of all, to build out my jewelry company more. And I thought about it'll be really cool to see my stuff in New York, jewelry magazines would be cool to go see and do. That'll be really cool. Or
Fashion Week.
Actually, that'll be awesome to see that.
Honestly, so watching the transformation of her from when she was younger has been really amazing to watch. Having an identical twin who is average height actually has been challenging for her, because she would see her doing all these things. And at one point she said, why does Sierra get to live out my dream and I don't? So there was that real big struggle. And so that's why, all the mental health work and the emotional health work went into play. And she really worked hard on herself. And that's, to see her now empowering herself is what makes me the proudest, because she's taking ownership of herself. She's, getting that autonomy and trying to bring her independence into play without waiting for somebody to give her independence.
Her advice will probably just be to stay positive and to think about not the negative, but think about the positive things, and just do what you love. And maybe you never know, it might come the best career of your life. You never know. So that's kind of my advice, is just stay positive and just never know what's going to happen.